internet. And welcome to a brand new show that I've just invented that happens on Sunday afternoons called I Do Whatever I Want and Make Everyone Else Go Along with It. Hi, I'm Savvy. I'm in charge of the show today, and we're going to do a one-shot, and I'm excited to see how it goes. This is one of many that we've done on this channel. It's called Sean's Bean Star in a Very Northern Christmas, and we'll get into what the heck that means in just a moment. But before we do that, we've got a bunch of stuff going on the channel off and on all week. Today is Sunday. Tomorrow, in place of the Forgotten, Val and myself and Morgan, I believe, will be back playing some more Wildermyth. That's my impression of what's happening this week. If that changes, we'll tweet about it. But yeah, tomorrow night, we'll be playing Wildermyth. Tuesday, we've got Tabletop Tuesdays. Thursday, Elegant Creatures, our Urban Shadows game, which Sid runs. Friday, Neon Souls, and so on and so forth. If you're live with us on Twitch, our streaming schedule is down below our faces on our drop page. Otherwise, you can find it on our Twitter. You can find it pinned to our Discord. You can find it in all kinds of places around the internet. I don't think I really have any announcements regarding any of that stuff, but if my players do, they'll let you know because they're going to introduce themselves right now. They can sort of tell you who they're playing. We're going to figure that out in the process of getting set up for this game, but they can at least tell you who they are and where you can find them on the internet, starting with Sid.
I just wanted it to go correctly in the overlay stuff. Hi, I am Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at GreekSid. Really just talking about the shenanigans I do on the internet with TTRPGs and playing Wordle. You can find me here a couple nights a week. Like Savvy said, I run our Urban Shadows / Good Society, smooches and monster fucking, basically. Elegant Creatures, it's the best, 8 o'clock Eastern on Thursdays. You can also find me right now, Mondays, over on twitch.tv/InfiniteRP, playing Flames of Freedom for a couple more weeks. And then we just started a wonderful Good Society game on Wednesdays over on twitch.tv/Critical Misses. It's called Queer Society, and it's already a laugh riot. So you can check that out too, 8 o'clock Eastern on Wednesdays. Today, I'm playing Sid Bean.
Yeah. Next up is LP.
Hi, I'm LB Hackemup. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Twitters and the Twitches. I'm going to be live later this evening on LB Hackemup. We are going to be continuing our Masks game, where the kids are going to start really getting into their investigado things. So that'll be fun. And then you'll find me Monday on Indoor Adventures channel. We are doing high-level D&D characters now, and we don't know how to do time jumps, so we're still in our downtime. But we are going to, and then Tuesday I'll be here. I'll be back on my channel, and then I won't be here on Friday, or I won't be on my channel on Friday. Lauren's going to be doing her Resident Evil stuff, but we'll be back here on Sunday, as far as I'm aware. And then, tonight I'll be playing Elbean.
Yeah, and Val.
Hi everyone, I'm Val. Find me at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. I'm here Thursdays through Mondays, playing and running games. I run currently 3 games on this channel. Probably gonna be dropping that down to 2 for a little while. But on Fridays, I run Neon Souls, which is a Fate game. We play sci-fi swashbuckling adventure. And on Saturdays, I run a game called Saturday Night Star Power, which we had a session of last night, which is another Fate game set in sort of a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure inspired universe. Also run Saturday Night's Mistborn. That's probably been going on hiatus for a little while. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And tonight I will be playing Valbean.
Excellent. I'm Savvy Bean. And I'm running the show. So we're playing today a Grand Hat one-shot called Sean's Beanstar in a very northern Christmas. So we're going to do a couple of things to set up for this, but the premise of the game that we are running with today is as follows. Know this. Sean Bean is an ancient being. Back when the world was young, a cosmic demon witch cursed him. Time after time, he has been slain and re-emerged from a dimensional portal in Yorkshire. Only if he survives to the end of a film will the curse be lifted, and he will be allowed to die a final time on his own terms. But this has never happened. No more. The Seans gather, pulled from beyond time and space. They muster their forces for the final confrontation. Starring in the Netflix Christmas special, A Very Northern Christmas. They infiltrate the set and take up positions in the camera, script writing, props, set decoration, and craft services crews. Can the Sean's Bean satisfy the strange demands of the Netflix production team and avoid having funding cut and production shut down? And as the line between fiction and reality breaks down, can at least one of them avoid the grisly deaths that await them at every turn? Today we're going to find out. So the first thing that we are going to do is our character creation. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to create a stable of Sean's Bean. So what we're going to do, so the way that this works essentially is that everybody is going to get a Sean Bean to play. And when that Sean Bean meets their inevitable death, you can pull from the stable of beans and get a new one. So let's do this. I'm gonna have everybody get their Sean Bean, and then we will everybody do one that we can have in the tank. So I'm gonna have everybody roll a d8, and this will determine what sort of bean you get.
I got a 7.
Val, you're a sexy bean. Your proficiencies are.
Oh, do I need to write this down somewhere.
You need to write these down because you can get better. Green screen is eating my hair really bad. I might have to turn you off, Sean Bean.
No.
We'll find another one. So yeah, your proficiencies will influence your rolls. Your proficiencies are impeccable jawline, charm, and carrying you away from all this in his big strong arms. Who next?
I got a 6.
Scary Bean. Your proficiencies are subterfuge, intimidation, and callousness.
And I got an 8.
Sean Bean. You're just Sean Bean. Your proficiencies are voiceovers, interviews, and product endorsements. Okay, now I'm going to have everybody roll a d6.
Four.
Also 4.
Okay. Val, what'd you get?
I got a 1.
Okay, Val, you will inevitably be impaled on something sharp.
Do we know this? Do we know what our impending deaths are?
As a player.
Should I be frightened? Okay, but in character, I shouldn't be frightened of sharp objects, assuming
No.
I'm going to be impaled. Okay.
Of the other 2 beans, you will be hung from the neck until dead.
Okay.
And now we're going to create a stable of beans just in case those beans die.
Okay.
So let's do it one more time. Everybody roll a d8 and a d6. And I'll put them in here.
I got a 5.
Okay, that's Shooty Bean,
And then another 1.
who will also be impaled on something sharp.
I got a 2.
That is Sharp Bean, combat toughness, provoking others, sharp.
And I got a 2.
Will have a massive head or neck injury.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Spy bean.
Good old spy bean.
And then a d6.
1.
Who will also be impaled.
So many
Guys.
impalements.
Good. Good. Okay. So right now, as of right now, we've got Val in the role of Sexy Bean, Sid in the role of Scary Bean,
Naturally.
LV, who is just Sean Bean.
Should I get a beer? I don't, if I'm Sean, maybe whiskey. I don't know. If I'm
I
just
don't
Sean
know
Bean.
what he likes.
That's a good question.
He's been married 5 times. He likes.
You should go get a
Wives.
woman.
So even he's not sure what he
All
likes.
right, I'm gonna get a woman.
I'm gonna have to
A little
do.
bit of Sean Bean trivia for you.
He has been married a lot. Okay.
I know
so-
nothing about this man besides what I know about Lord of the Rings.
I found this out looking up quotes to possibly use today. I was like, wow, okay.
I love it. Okay, Sean Bean. All right, so that's our cast of characters. But now we have to figure out which Sean Bean begins as the film's protagonist. And this is my favorite part of the game. It's called the Amulet of the Chosen One. And the player who can do the best Sean Bean impression gets an amulet. And their Sean is the film's protagonist and bears the amulet. But if they die, another Sean must pick up the amulet and become the protagonist of the film. So we've all, and by we all, I mean, I didn't do this. You 3 had to do this. We've all prepared a Sean Bean impression. And I would like everyone...
I prepared a Sean Bean quote, not an impression.
I'm pretty sure the directions said...
You're gonna make me read
One
directions
Sean Bean
for a
impression
one
line.
shot?
Wait. It was from. Yours is from Percy Jackson, right? He has an
Yes.
English accent.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
Can I get it over with?
Yes.
Okay, cool. This is for you, Morgan, if you show up at some point. Yes, it is from Percy Jackson. Give me the bolt, lightning thief. There you go.
Excellent.
Beautiful.
Let's go next.
I can go. It wasn't God who gave me this face. It was you, setting the timers for 3 minutes instead of 6. That's James Bond, GoldenEye.
Hmm.
Val's preparing.
Bastard. That's it.
I really thought you were just gonna do like the Frodo!
I did too. Now we have to vote on which one is the best.
I feel like Val's the only one who actually did Sean Bean's accent. Because I can't do it.
I can't.
I just
either.
chose
It's like
Yorkshire
it's like
accent.
it's yeah, the Yorkshire. It's like almost Scottish, and I can't do it. So I think Val wins.
Okay, Sexy Bean is the star of the film.
Oh, and also I just want the sexy bean to be the star of this film. Come on, it's a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
And do
So
we
you
decide
got-
if this is a rom-com, or we're deciding what that is, aren't we?
It is just listed as a Netflix Christmas special, a very northern Christmas. So it could be whatever we want it to be.
I feel like at least the B plot needs to be a romance.
There's gotta
in some
be okay.
capacity,
There's gotta be a
you
romance.
know?
Okay. So now what we're gonna do before you inhabit your characters in earnest, we're gonna outline what the first act of this film is. This is a film on Netflix called A Very Northern Christmas, starring Sean Bean.
also starring Sean Bean and with special guest Sean Bean.
Perhaps.
Bean on
We also
bean
got to
on
figure
bean.
out what the other beans are doing
Beans
on the
beans on beans.
film set. So, where do we want to start a film called A Very Northern Christmas starring Jonathan Bean?
Let's set it in Canada.
Okay.
I was gonna say that, or literally like making Sexy Bean a like a naturalist or a scientist that's making a trek up to the North Pole.
Okay.
Okay. Sexy scientist, Sean Bean. I'm sure there's a character name. And his team
Of researchers.
researchers prepare for their trip to the North Pole.
And wouldn't you know it, they're setting out right before Christmas.
Any other characters we need to introduce?
He has to make it back by Christmas, for he's a single dad and his daughter is at home with her grandparents, and he promised her that he would be back in time for Christmas. Yeah.
Okay. What's her name?
Shauna.
Daughter Shauna. Played by
Dakota Fanning.
she's a little old, I think.
When was this movie made? I assume this movie was made in 1995.
Now.
There you go. Okay. She's quite young.
Now.
Dakota Fanning hasn't aged past a certain age in my brain.
I mean, that's kind
I
of
don't
fair.
know child actors in 2020.
Well,
All
that's
the child actors I know are my age.
her fucking
Millie
little
Bobby
sister's
Brown.
on HBO. Millie Bobby Brown is pretty
Okay,
good.
yeah.
Find Millie Bobby Brown.
And Cole Sprouse is her boyfriend. I don't know. I feel like Cole Sprouse is in everything right now.
Okay. Well, maybe we
Cole
can get
Sp-
him in Act 2. Well, okay, this is only
Oh,
Act
but
1
he's
of
on
a
the
five
trip
act.
with them.
But
five
hold on,
act
how
film.
old is? Wait, what are the age
Wait.
differences? How old is Millie
Yeah.
Bobby Brown?
She's like 16 in real
She's
life.
like 16?
Right now?
And Cole
I thought
Sprouse
she was
is like
18.
20 something.
No, she hasn't turned 18 yet because there's some really grossness on the internet waiting for that
She's
to
18.
happen.
Cole
February
Sprouse is
19th, she's
29.
18. Oh,
Okay,
shit.
but he's 29. Let's not do that.
Who said
This
No,
is a
We're not
movie.
doing that. We're not doing that.
Okay,
Nope.
okay.
How old is
Uh.
Timothy Chalamet?
Older
26.
than
A nice.
Cole Sprouse,
Let's get a
right?
nice Timothy Chalamet in the mix.
He's 26.
Oh,
I feel like
jeez.
we're going back. We're getting Tom
We're
Holland's
getting
25.
Okay.
Teen boy actors. I'm now.
I
on
was
everything.
imagining a child for this role, but okay, we're going a bit older. but
No,
that's
I'm trying to
fine.
find a young man, a
Kid.
nice teen. I don't watch anything with teens.
Oh God.
Best
Child
actors under 25. Okay, we all know Tom Holland. Well, how about one of the other Stranger Things boys?
Well,
Finn Wolfhard. He's 19,
Finn.
and he looks kind of
Finn-
like Timothy Chalamet now.
Sure.
Okay. We're
They-
being
they-
really ethical about this
Of course.
movie that doesn't exist.
Well,
Okay.
Hollywood won't,
No one else
so we
will
have
be.
to.
Exactly.
And-
Exactly.
Okay, what's Finn Wolfhard's character's name?
Derek.
Derek. Finn Wolfhard.
They never gave him a last name because it never came up in the movie. And also, I don't want to have to keep track of so many names.
Is interning
With the expedition team.
research team.
What
Oh,
are we
no,
looking
she'll-
for? What are they?
Are we just trying to recreate an Armageddon here where her dad and her boyfriend are going
Yeah.
out on this very dangerous mission?
Yeah,
accidentally.
it's just Armageddon.
We're doing an Armageddon right now. It's cool. No big deal.
Is
And
this the spirit of Christmas? Are we looking for the spirit of Christmas?
obviously,
Well, we're gonna run into Santa at the North Pole.
Or is that what we find?
Of course.
the spirit of Christmas is the friends we made along the way. What are we going? What are you going to the North Pole look for?
Maybe they're trying to spot some sort. Maybe this is like some sort of like biological research expedition. They're like looking for a specific type of animal or something. Like they're trying to an endangered
Or a
species of bird.
bacteria, or let's see.
But
Wait, let's
okay,
not make
bacteria
fucking
aren't
lives.
sexy. Let's do
What
something
the fuck
sexy.
lives at the North Pole?
Santa.
Penguins,
What lives?
No, I don't think penguins live at the North Pole.
at
polar
the North
bears.
Pole. What
Reindeer.
animals live at the North Pole? Polar bears,
Polar bears.
ringed
Okay.
seals,
Ooh,
snow buntings.
Sean on a boat? We're on a first name basis.
Oh, obviously. Arctic foxes.
Let- Ooh, like a rare breed of Arctic fox. That's sexy. Let's
That's
go with
sexy.
Okay.
Yeah.
To document. I feel like I don't have to be writing all this down, but I'm going to. So I can make this movie later. Okay. Scientist Sean Bean, portrayed by sexy Sean Bean, and his team of researchers prepare for their trip to the North Pole to document a rare breed of Arctic fox right before Christmas. He has to make it back by Christmas because he has a single dad. He promised his daughter Shauna, Millie Bobby Brown, he'd make it back. Her boyfriend Derek, played by Finn Wolfhard, is interning with the research team and was chosen to go on the expedition.
Yo, I think we should just pitch this movie to Netflix.
It's a good movie. Okay.
It would be an opportunity for Sean Bean to, like, you know, pull an Eddie Murphy or something and play multiple roles.
Okay. Now, sexy Sean Bean is starring in the movie. The other two of you are Sean Bean from other universes.
Mm-hmm. Are we also in the
How-
movie?
How did you get onto the set? Because what the Sean's Bean are trying to do is stack the entire production team so they can make sure that a Sean Bean survives a film.
We're not necessarily in the film. We are on the set.
Yes.
Okay.
Can be in the film.
Scary Bean, I think, should be in the writer's room then.
Okay.
Because there's lots of subterfuge and intimidation involved to yell at people to make sure that we don't write a death in.
Okay. So Scary Bean's on the writing team.
Yeah.
It still just sounds like we're making a new Spice Girls.
Yeah, it really does.
And regular
Um,
Sean Bean.
I could be a producer or a publicist, do interviews and product endorsement.
Okay. So regular Sean Bean is on like the publicity team. Okay. Okay. So this is good.
This is the
I just-
strangest setup for a game we
This
have
is
ever played, and I love it so much.
Okay. So Sexy Bean, you have the amulet of the chosen one, making you the protagonist of the film.
Yeah, find an
Uh,
amulet, Val. You need an amulet. Worst case scenario, come steal Savvy's. Savvy's wearing a pretty good amulet right now.
I am, yeah.
I have a
Okay.
frog. Does that count as an amulet?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. We'll pass the frog.
And pass the frog round. Okay. So we're gonna pick up on the set of the film. It is early morning, and the three of you have begun your attempts to infiltrate the production of A Very Northern Christmas, called together because you're all different versions of Sean Bean. So I want to play out at least one scene from the first act of this film, and then see what sorts of trouble you all get up to trying to make this work. Because here's the hitch. Protagonist Sean Bean is definitely in the most danger, I think, at any given point when trying to play this game. So we're on the set. Where does this scene in the film take place? What scene are we filming this morning?
Are we filming in order, which is not how they actually do things, or
are we on location at this point?
Oh, interesting. Are we filming this on location, or is this on like a soundstage?
I feel like
I assume we're filming. Go ahead.
I was gonna say be more dangerous on location.
You ever been on a soundstage? Okay, so on location in Vancouver, probably.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. You see, you've got the cold, but it's still a big city. Yeah.
And it is the dead of winter. It's just starting to snow. What are we filming this early this morning? 6 a.m. The Sean's Bean are up.
It's the scene where they arrive at the research station and Sexy Bean has to do the thing where they take off the goggles and like are astonished by the area.
Okay, so this is after the big hike up to the station. Okay. Great. So you're all
Sexy
on
Bean's
set.
motivation. Sexy Bean's motivation. The scene before, Sexy Bean just received a call from his distraught daughter, thinking that he's not gonna make it back in time for Christmas.
Okay.
Okay, so you're all on set. You're all on set. Publicity nearby, getting some like on-set photos that they can inevitably pretend were leaked about the production of the film. We have somebody from the writing team here, sort of filling in Protag Bean about his motivation. Take it away. Who is this scene with? Is this with Finn Wolfhard?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably like
Yes.
right behind. They're like they've like found a nice hill and kind of got some snow pushed up, like looking like coming up the like cresting a hillside near the camp.
Because they've got to find the foxes, so they can't like,
Yeah.
they gotta be sneaky
Reaches
about
the
it.
top, sort of out of breath. They're gonna add in more like breath effects and CGI in post.
I
Takes
forgot
off
my
the
vape.
takes off the
You're giving this Netflix Christmas film a way bigger budget than it probably
That
has,
was-
but okay.
Sorry, that was Finn Wolfhard. Shit, I forgot my vape.
It's beautiful up here, but I don't know if it's worth it.
Cut. This is the director of the film who sort of makes their way over. Sean, I feel like the accent's been a little all over the place the last couple of times, so we're gonna sort of have to nail it down.
I've been working on my American accent. I'm sorry about that. I feel like I'm also drifting a bit into Irish right now, and I really
You're
can't.
super
nail
drifting
down
into
the-
Irish, which makes it very confusing when you seem to think you're doing
Okay,
an American
let me
accent.
work on my American. Howdy, y'all. Howdy, y'all.
Would it be
I'm
sort of looks to
American.
the
No, I've got this. I'm
the writing team.
American.
Would it make more sense if sort of we skipped the New York or Canada thing and sort of just made him from Texas?
I mean, sure.
Could you do Texas? Would that be easier?
I. I think I can.
The director
do that. Yes.
turns to Scary Bean, who's in the writing team. Okay, we're just gonna redo it a little bit. He's from Ireland now.
That should be fine, honestly. They relocated at some point, so that's fine. And Millie can go ahead and use her regular accent as well, so that's fine.
Perfect. So. Okay.
Is it
All right.
hailing there? What's happening?
It's raining
snowing,
very much.
Or raining.
Holy shit.
Oh no, it is hail.
Oh,
damn.
okay. It's hailing.
It's immersive.
Okay. It actually, as you're standing
This was
there,
planned, guys. This was planned.
as you're standing there having this discussion, the director sort of backs up very quickly underneath the awning they're sitting in, and Sexy Bean and the rest of you, it starts to hail. It's so loud.
Sean Bean is going to peek into the director's tent. Is there a way we could get him to have the shirt more open?
It's Christmas. It's snowing.
Yeah, but just for the, is there a shower scene or something? Maybe they get there and there's, they're all sweaty from the journey and they're just getting ready and they're showering. For promotional pictures, of course.
I mean, how you roll to convince the director to put a shower scene in the film.
Okie dokie.
So I would say this falls under your proficiencies.
A product endorsement.
If Sean Bean is the product. So you can roll a D8. I don't know. What's your inevitable death?
Hanging from the neck.
Do you think this might bring you closer to your inevitable death?
If I make the director really mad with all my suggestions.
That's true.
Or perhaps while you're on set, you accidentally get strangled by the shower curtain.
Rogue shower curtain. You're right. You can add a D6 to your roll.
Oh.
I will take literally any argument for these. They're funny.
9.
That's way better. You just needed a 5. Yeah, so you come closer to your reaction. I'm not doing the difficulty steps thing. It's the one thing I don't like about these games, and so I'm not going to do them. I'm just going to do successes or complications or failures. So yeah, you have this discussion. The director sort of like scratches her head, thinks for a second. Well, sort of calls the writing team over. I guess sort of after this bit, maybe once we get them back into the base. I mean, I imagine you got to get all like sweaty and everything underneath all that gear, right? We could add in a shower scene.
I think I'm seeing it actually. We don't even need dialogue. It's just the background of very sad contemplative music, the shower scene, posting up under the water. Sean's got it, just that look of, what am I going to do? And then we can, pan out from there. Real quick. Be perfect.
Okay, add it in. I'll cut something else out. Okay, Sean, we're gonna try again. You ready?
Howdy, y'all.
Don't.
Y'all.
No, just use your regular accent. It's fine.
Right, I do my best. Right, all right. Motivation. This. Whew.
Action.
Up the hill.
Now, is this is sexy Sean Bean doing his own stunts?
Climbing up the hill.
presume.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have you roll for stunts.
Okay. I don't have any. I'm not. If I assume I have impeccable jawline, charm, carrying you away from all this in his big strong arms. I don't think any of that applies.
Well, if we do a close-up on the impeccable jaw, wow, the army crawl is happening.
That is a benefit to doing your own stunts.
It's probably the only thing that's actually showing through because he's like wearing the big goggles and the hoodie.
It's that
and
impeccable jawline.
It's
just the
it's
jawline. Is
chiseled
using the
on.
jaw to get leverage
Yeah.
as he pulls himself up.
Then roll a d8. I believe it. I don't-
Sort of chiseling handholds in the rock.
I don't think this actively brings you closer to your impending death, but you can roll it.
No, I don't have to worry about my neck. I'm going to be impaled. That's a 3.
Okay. That is the situation is complicated somehow. Work with the GM to introduce an element into the scene, but the next player to act rolls an extra d6 because of it. So, a complication. An event happens. You draw an event card. As
Okay.
you're climbing up a snowy embankment in
How
the
do I
hail,
do that?
which I think stopped. What?
How do I draw an event card?
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
You work with the GM to introduce an element into the scene. So you're climbing up a snowy embankment. Jawline exposed. It's hailing.
I think.
I love
Okay,
your
is
nail
this
color,
Sean?
Val? Sorry. I was
Oh, thank you.
distracted.
Uh, Question: is this Sean Bean adding some, like suggesting to add something to the scene, or is this something that happens in the scene?
I think it can be either. I don't care.
All right. So, okay. Here's what it is. You know how they're like all the stories about like directors showing like wanting the real reactions from their yeah. So what we didn't realize about this movie, it was going to be like exploration adventure movie. It's actually going to be part like thriller, action, maybe horror movie. And there's a Yeti involved
Okay.
that's stalking the party, that's stalking the adventuring team.
Okay.
And so as we reach the top and we're looking out,
They
one
didn't
of
tell
the,
Sean Bean.
They didn't tell Sean Bean about the Yeti that
Okay.
like comes storming up over the hill, so they get that real reaction from Sean Bean about it.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
sexy Sean Bean, using the jawline, you pull yourself up over the hill, Finn Wolfhard and a couple of other extras close behind, a couple of the supporting cast, not quite to the level of extras, pull themselves up, and as you crest the top of the hill, there is a horrible sort of yelling, screeching sound as coming into view from out of some of the trees off in the distance. They're just a Yeti.
Oh God, what is that?
And the Yeti starts to run directly at you.
Shoot her!
Sean Bean did not play that role, okay?
I know he didn't.
But he could have.
He could.
I mean, he absolutely
Okay.
could have.
So you start shouting. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm looking at the dice rolling scale. So Sean Bean starts shouting, and then shouting lines from other movies. You
Bob Peck, by the way.
you
Rest in peace.
scramble back, and you all see this happen. You start to scramble back, the hail sort of making the incline very slick, and Sean Bean goes tumbling backwards down the hill, trying to catch themselves along the way, which I'm going to have you roll to do.
Can I catch myself with my jaw?
Can he catch himself in his own arms?
You will be injured.
To carry himself away from all this.
Yeah.
You can catch yourself with your jawline and you won't die instantly, but you will be injured.
Oh yeah.
That's a 1.
That's a 1.
You're injured. If you get injured twice, you die. It's just how the game works.
Lost half my health.
Oh god, the fall damage in this film is wild. So Sean Bean goes tumbling backwards down the hill, sort of cracking his head at the bottom. Everybody starts to scramble, panicking a little bit. Somebody comes over to help you up, apologizing profusely.
Where am I? Is this? Are we back on? Where's Peter Jackson? Are we back on Lord of the Rings?
You need a pint? I mean, a beer?
Frodo. I need to get back into. What am I wearing?
So now Sean Bean has a concussion.
I'm concussed bean now.
Okay. So, for the rest of you, Sean's Bean, probably a pretty terrifying moment as your protagonist has gone down. And
oh no, does he have like the really sexy, like,
Ooh.
cut above the eyebrow
yeah,
now?
he's got an
That's
eyebrow
gonna need
cut
like
now.
the butterfly bandage,
Mhm.
that whole thing.
He's got an eyebrow cut now, but he's also closer to dying.
Oh. I mean, there is some downside.
Would you like to intervene? Because the director is pushing to continue.
Just
Come
we'll
on,
go for
man.
Another take. I'll be fine.
No, give the man a break, for God's sake. Are you telling me after we need to have him checked out by the medic? I would like to intimidate the director.
Okay, yeah. That would be a D8.
And I'm proficient in intimidation. Does that do anything?
Yeah, that gives you a D8 instead of a D6.
Oh, okay, cool. That's a 7.
That's enough. It's very good. Yeah, so you shout the director down, and they allow the medical team to take Sexy Bean off to a trailer for a bit, get him checked out, give him a little break.
Put on the sexy butterfly bandage.
Put on the butterfly bandage, which they decide to keep for the rest of filming. But the director has decided they think they've got enough reaction shots of that one. So we're going to move out of the snow and decide what the second act of this movie is going to be.
So
we've incorporated the Yeti,
Yeah.
Now there's
this
a
is
Yeti.
Chekhov's Yeti. We have to include the Yeti somehow now.
Because
So what happens-
What we do before you say, we do have some notes from the producers,
Oh no.
okay.
and they. Wow, it is hard to find the D12 in these. We've got some notes from the producers, and they want more product endorsements. Act 2 has to have
I'm
product
on it.
endorsements.
So in the shower scene,
Publicity, you're up.
Yes.
we'll have an Old Spice bottle on the ledge. That's what he's showering down with, right?
Mhm.
And we'll have a whistle go on in the distance, of course, so that everyone knows. It's both the visual and the audible cue.
They play the Old Spice jingle during the movie.
The guy in the next
it's
shower
time for
is just
dinner.
whistling it.
It's also Sean Bean's ringtone. That's
Yeah.
When he gets a call from his daughter.
Yes.
Okay. So, recovering from the head wound, and like the resource exposition now has proof of this Yeti existing. Sean Bean is going to shower off to like try to clear his head and figure out what to do next. Some of the members of the expedition have gone missing from the Yeti attack, and so he finally like comes back out of the shower, of course wearing nothing but a towel, because we have to have the shirtless scene as he's just walking around
Agree.
this workspace just wearing a towel for no reason. And he goes to the fridge and gets a ice cold Bud Light lime. And I think they discuss like trying to track down the missing members of the crew.
Okay, so this is plan making. This is the planning stage.
Yes.
Okay, we've got at least 2 product endorsements in there. One of which I feel better about than the other. You at home have to decide which one.
If you prefer Old Spice, text in 1. If you prefer Bud Light Lime, text in 2. If you prefer both,
could we get a
question
poll
your
in
life
chat?
choices.
Actually,
If you prefer both, go take a nap. Okay. So
you might be Ed Hardy.
Hardy.
we could do an Ed Hardy product placement.
Oh God, that's the 3rd one to round it all up. Once he's in the towel, he just puts on this horrible shirt with the ridiculous thing on the back. It's just like a flaming guitar or something.
I never get to wear my Ed Hardy at home. Shauna never lets me. I can only wear it on expeditions. This is my lucky Ed Hardy shirt.
What?
I wear it every time.
My lucky
I've never
Hardy
failed an
shirt.
expedition.
Okay, so we've got to get Sean Bean through the 2nd act of this film without dying. So everyone is on set filming indoors this time, the 2nd half of the day. And you're getting ready to film the shower scene. No, I have so a particularly dangerous environment.
Yeah, well, I think what he realizes he's gonna be shirtless, so he's got to get in some like quick like push-ups first, and really have to like
Dehydrate yourself.
up. Yeah. Hasn't touched water in days. Preparing for the scene.
Days.
Okay, so you're dehydrated.
Yes. And then he goes over to the weight bench and starts lifting weights to bulk up a little bit.
This sounds like an action that would make the film better, but also might lead you closer to your inevitable death.
You're gonna get impaled on some weights? No!
There's a lot of stuff around a film set.
There are like suspicious, like it's part of the set, so there's this is like a northern expedition, like there are some ski poles resting above the on the wall, and some pittons.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Well, this would be. Is this one of your proficiencies? Do you think?
Impeccable jawline, charm, and carrying you away in his big strong arms.
He's improving the big strong arms.
He is using tangentially the big strong arms.
The big strong arms. Okay, so a D8 and a D6.
And a D6. Okay. Am I taking
D6.
the better of the two, or am I adding them together?
No, you're adding them together.
Okay.
You get extra if you take actions that lead you closer to your inevitable death.
Okay, that's a 9.
That's a lot. Okay. You spend some time staying very far away from water, and lifting weights, sort of getting that last minute bulk in before stepping on to set to film a steamy yet sad shower scene.
I did just have one small question. Is this going to be one where we don't drift the pan any lower than the waistline, or are we going to get some like real sexy like thigh and butt shots? So I just really wondering, like, are we needing to put them in a merkin, or can they just throw on some underwear down?
The director informs you that you do have to keep it PG-13. While it is Netflix, it is a Christmas special.
All right. So
I can work with that.
underwear's fine.
Okay.
It's a viable question, y'all.
It is a viable question. So sexy Sean Bean steps into the shower. It is hot. It is wet. It is very slick, and there is a ton of equipment around.
And he just does the thing where he's in the shower. He's like leaning an arm against the wall with the water hitting his face, like the hair running down as he's just like contemplating his entire life.
And he's in the shower, so you don't know if that water falling down is that tears.
Is the tears?
Be.
Yeah,
we don't know.
And because I imagine this scene's going to be intercut by the planning scene happening in the other room, and then he walks in at the end of the planning to tell everybody what they're going to do, despite whatever they've been planning the entire time.
Excellent. They've already filmed the other planning scene. They did that while you were recovering from a concussion, I guess.
I really feel like Val has really come into this character. Like they really.
It's gonna be so sad when sexy Sean Bean dies in a minute.
I'm trying to die so hard. I don't want to be the star of this anymore.
So we filmed the sexy shower scene. Publicity, I assume, trying to get as much screen time for the Old Spice in the shower as possible.
No, you have to hold it longer. You have to just a little bit. Like it. Can we just put it like angle the shot where he has his arm on the wall, and just have it in the background? It's red. It'll draw the eye. People will love it.
He's gonna have to hold his arm at a really weird angle, I feel like.
He can do that. It's fine. He's an actor. Wow, I don't know where this is coming from.
Okay. I shift your arm, Sean, I guess.
Actors are so overworked. I'm so sorry.
Right, shift my arm this way. And,
it is much harder to hold yourself up.
Can you flex a little bit more?
Yeah, flex. And just trying to hold this really awkward pose.
I'm gonna have you roll.
If I die because of Old Spice,
I'm gonna be so angry.
That's a 5.
Okay, no, you're good. So you do realize that if you don't roll bad, I am eventually just gonna kill you.
I know. I want to die. It's
Don't
okay.
worry, you will. I did have a point in which I was gonna kill you no matter what. So, because that's how good storytelling works, is no matter what happens, you force it to do what you want. It's a one shot, I don't get shit.
GMing.
Dice don't cooperate.
The illusion
I
of
think
choice.
at some point, just to further emphasize the product placement, takes the Old Spice and just dumps it over his shoulders. So you have the product showing, and then just rubbing it in sensually.
It's very good. Except the whole shower floor and also the whole Sean Bean become very slick. And as you're it's Act 2 and no one's died yet. I'm gonna kill you. Your death is inevitable. You start to make your way out of the shower, and we're sort of filming the transition scene as Sean Bean sort of walks into the main set area where some planning is happening. You get
right, here's the plan.
and your foot catches on a large wire that is not taped down properly, and you fall.
I like that Sid and I both went, we know.
Fucking
We know.
Zag is gonna be all over this shit. I'm just saying.
And you fall, and as you grab onto, I don't know what would be sharp nearby.
He had the Bud Light with lime bottle.
Yeah.
Failed on the Bud Light with lime.
Yeah,
no.
he says, "Here's the plan." Goes to pick up the Bud Light lime bottle and trips forward onto it.
It smashes on as he goes down, and he like as he
And
tries to
lands
It
catch
just
on
like
himself,
impales him in the throat.
Yeah.
And
Oh, shit.
Sexy Bean,
Oh!
Oh!
because I want everybody to get a turn.
No!
Oh!
It fails.
Oh!
And is no more. Bye, Sexy Bean.
Oh man.
What we have left is Scary Bean and Sean Bean. And one of you must put on the amulet of the chosen one.
Oh God!
Should we roll for it?
Yeah, let's just do rollies
Yeah.
for it, I guess.
You guys roll your d8. Whoever rolls
D8.
higher
Have fun,
gets
y'all.
the
I'm gonna go
amulet.
play Elden Ring.
Nope, you're not done.
Hey! 2.
Okay, Sean Bean
That's
is now the
me.
protagonist of this film. So you walk over and take the slightly glowing, in a deep, sinister red amulet from around sexy Sean Bean's neck, and you place it around your own. And now, as if nothing has happened, the body of sexy Sean Bean disappears in a flash of red light, taking with it all evidence of his death as he returns to his home universe. And everyone on the film set acts like nothing has happened and is now treating you as if you have been the protagonist of this film the entire time. But entering stage left, who's that? Val, roll a d6.
Okay. That's a 1.
You're now Shooty Bean.
Okay.
You're good at shooting, punching, and not talking.
Sweet. I don't have to talk anymore.
And you will inevitably
But Val had
die.
the best impression, and now they don't have to talk.
That's the only one who
That's
can
not
do the voice.
You
Damn
will
it.
inevitably die by being impaled.
Again, my curse. My Sisyphean curse.
Okay. All right. So we're. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay. So Shooty Bean, who will also be impaled. Okay. So Sean Bean is now the protagonist of the film. We gotta figure out how. So you call up the next Sean Bean in the stable, Shooty Bean. We gotta get Shooty Bean onto the film crew. How would the three of you like to go about
I
this?
think I have an idea if the others want to go with this.
Okay.
Walking onto set is a delivery driver. He works for craft services.
Okay.
I'm amenable to this. Yes.
Okay. So entering the set is someone, I guess, that's catering, delivering lunch, setting up the craft services table
Sure, yeah.
for the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just has like a big cooler and sets it down and starts putting food up slowly, and like there's a knife on the table and just like takes that and tucks that away and just like starts laying out the food, just with a series of grunts telling everybody else where to go and where to put things.
Okay.
Oh. Wonderful.
I think we got to write Act 3 of this film.
Okay.
But before we do, I've got some notes from the producers.
Okay.
They want more. Stuff for teens.
Okay, so we've got to get Finn. Wolfhand is his name?
Wolfheart.
Wolfhard.
Wolfheart.
Wolfheart.
With that name, hey Finn Wolfhard, stop lying. Your name is made up, dog. Is that your real name?
I don't know. Is it their real name?
I don't know. He's Canadian, so probably.
It might be his real name.
Yeah, his dad's name is fucking Eric Wolfhard. Okay. He has an older brother, actor Nick Wolfhard.
Wait, it's Wolfhard?
Wolfhard.
Oh, I thought it was
Like a
Hart for second.
weird adult film star who watched too much B-Stars.
I'm
said,
Derek Rockhart.
I've got an idea.
Have you seen the season 2 Beastars models that they have out? This is a
Yes.
full like tangent. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing.
They've known the whole time.
Well, he also
so
has a
stuff
band.
for teens.
Good for you, Finn.
Okay,
Love
so
you,
like
bud.
Finn has to have like a phone call back to, or a FaceTime, obviously, a FaceTime back to.
Right.
I have
Shauna.
an idea. Yeah,
While
maybe
he's playing the
okay.
guitar.
Finn's on the They've done the planning. They're going to look for the missing members of the expedition.
Mm-hmm.
Finn has a sat phone and is trying to call Millie Bobby Brown, Shauna, as part of the scene, and wanders off away from the group for the call because doesn't want Sean Bean.
Derek.
to
Derek was his name.
Derek.
Yeah, we keep just calling them by the actors' names. I love it.
And so, but when he wanders off, he gets lost and he comes stumbling across the Yeti. But the Yeti doesn't attack him. The Yeti's actually friendly. And it turns out the Yeti is being hunted by a bunch of poachers that have actually been that were the ones that captured. We're gonna pivot from horror movie to like E.T. teen befriending monster to save the day movie.
Okay.
Were those poachers also endangering the Arctic foxes that we came
Yes.
here for in the
Yeah.
first
Yeah,
place?
and the
Okay.
Yeti is the natural guardian and protector of the Arctic foxes, as we
I
know
see.
from
I see.
science. And so,
Naturally.
yeah, they were here hunting the Arctic foxes. The Yeti got involved, and so they were gonna go hunt the Yeti now because it's super rare
Okay.
and take it back to their buyer in Mumbai. Yeah,
Okay, who's playing the Yeti?
Gary
Talented
Sinise.
Is he tall enough?
Oh, is it full? Is it CGI or is it?
Like voice-wise, I could
Diesel.
totally buy.
Vin Diesel? Oh,
I think I'd buy Gary Sinise voice more. to be perfectly
Gary
honest.
Sinise.
who's that? Sneeze?
Lieutenant
Gary
Dan?
Sneeze? Oh,
Or
the guy from
CSI New York?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Apollo 13.
Or that one
Miami.
film with Nicolas Cage?
No. New
So
York?
does the Yeti speak
Hey, guys.
English? Is that what we're going with here?
Of course. It's a
Well,
Christmas
I
film.
wasn't. I was just imagining there was an actor playing a Yeti, but I guess the Yeti could speak English.
Could the Yeti actually communicate telepathically, and so just the Yeti's language just translates in your
Translates.
mind
Or-
into whatever language you understand?
The Yeti speaks like Dutch or like Swedish, which we set up in like the first act that Derek has like,
been
was studying and was actually
Yes.
tutoring Millie Bobby Brown in it. And so like that's set up in and it pays off later on because he's the only one on the crew that actually speaks the Yeti's language.
Which is
I-
Dutch.
Or Norwegian or something like that. I don't know.
Is Norwegian a language?
Yes, I believe so. I believe, in fact, that was the language for the thing, that if you spoke it,
Oh.
you would have known the entire plot of the film in the
Yeah.
first 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, and it's a nod to John Carpenter because that's
Right.
who's directing
Yeah.
the movie.
No.
I guess John Carpenter's directing the film now.
Okay.
Okay. At the very least, he's executive producing.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I don't know what John Carpenter sounds like, so I'm going to pretend like he sounds like me.
I couldn't even tell you what he looks like.
An old white
I know
guy.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an old white guy with a mustache.
He looks like an old white guy who directs movies. The picture you have in your head is John Carpenter. Like spooky Stan Lee. I don't know.
He looks more like what's the guy who's in all the Western
say.
films?
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. He kind of looks like Sam Elliott's brother.
Like a Sam Elliott. Okay. So Sean Bean does have to be in this act though.
Sorry.
Yeah. So this is Sean Bean's scene of realizing that.
does he walk upon the interaction between the Yeti and Derek?
Tries
Yeah,
to
realizes
shoot
realizes he's going
Yeah.
missing. Shows up and has like a trank gun or something. And is like about to shoot, and Derek
Just be like,
jumps in
no,
the
no,
way,
no,
and
he's friendly,
yeah.
he's friendly.
And then he's like, "No, you've been hypnotized by the Yeti's powers." Because that's what Yetis do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yetis have hypnotic powers. Everyone knows this.
All right. Sean, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Take it away. 3, 2, 1, action.
Back away from it.
No. What, did we give Sean Bean's character a name? Is he just Sean in this movie?
I don't know if we did.
Just shot in this.
I think he's just Sean in this movie.
Yeah.
Sean, no. Wait, you don't understand.
Get behind me.
I swear. It's just a misunderstanding.
It's a beast. What do you mean?
There's so much more going on than you understand.
Look of confusion.
Sean Bean, you take a couple of steps back, as you say, it's a beast, and you miss your mark a little bit, and you step on one of the lines of a trap that was supposed to be used in another scene in which the poachers show up.
They set an actual trap for a scene that they haven't filmed yet?
We've established it's a bad set situation.
Mm-hmm.
For real, SAG needs to get on this shit. This
And
is
also-
this is unsafe working conditions.
And also, this Sean Bean will inevitably be hung by the neck until dead.
yeah, that's true. Forget I said anything. Continue.
You step on it, and it triggers the trap. How do you try to get out of the way?
Boy, I will use the tip of my Winchester rifle to, while cheating out so that you can tell what kind of rifle it is, to pry it open.
Product placement.
Okay,
I don't
go
know,
ahead.
I'm so
And,
good at this.
go ahead and roll. That would be a D8, and I think this does bring you closer to your inevitable death. So also a D6.
It's a 5. It saved me.
It did save you, okay, because you needed a 5. Yeah, so you step back, and this line sort of wraps around your ankles. But at the last second, cheating out, you sort of stick the gun down in between kind of your leg and the wire, keeping it from totally grabbing you. You step out of it, no harm, no foul. Everyone very concerned. And over near the craft services table, Shooty Bean, your Shooty Bean. I'm trying to differentiate because I can't call all of you Sean Bean. It gets confusing. Shooty Bean, you overhear a conversation. After this trap goes off, you are all sort of told, take 5, take a break. Let's make sure everybody's okay, get reset. Sean, you're doing a great job. there's a conversation between a couple of the producers by the craft services table talking to someone else on the writing team. And they were inspired by the trap being set off, and they are trying to rewrite a later scene in the fourth act to have Sean Bean's character actually sacrifice himself to save Derek, meaning he will not make it to the end of the film.
Shooty Bean is obviously concerned about this. I think clocks the writer that's going to be responsible for those rewrites and goes to make a couple of smoothies as a cover to get close to the writer for like bringing him a smoothie.
Okay. Roll to make a smoothie.
Okay. I don't think this falls within my skill set.
Not unless you are punching the fruit into smoothie form.
I am not talking while I make the smoothie, so as long as I don't talk.
No, that's not how that one works. I'm going to stop that one right now.
As long as I don't talk, I'm more powerful. That's a 3.
That's a complication. I think you make the smoothie, and I think the writer that you have clocks you as looking exactly like Sean Bean. Thanks. I didn't think Sean had a stunt double for this one. Are you new? Okay,
No.
staying in character. I like it. Whatever. Thanks.
Could the writer, Scary Bean, see kind of what's going on, and being that they are both Sean Bean, kind of get what Shooty Bean is throwing down? Can Scary Bean be a distraction to get the writer's attention while Shooty Bean like just casually walks up behind them and like knuckle punches them at the back of the head to knock them unconscious?
You can certainly try.
Okay. I'd like to use my subterfuge.
Okay. Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll. It's a D8.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 4.
Okay, it is complicated somehow. Introduce an element to the scene. So what kind of subterfuge are you putting on here?
I think just like gets like right up in their face. It's like, listen here. You may think that you're an up-and-coming star in this production, but let me tell you something. I've been working in this industry for 25 years, and you can't just fall upon this bullshit of someone sacrificing themselves at the end every time. It's hacky. It's a trope.
Okay. Okay, what's gonna complicate the situation?
They also look just like Sean Bean.
How does that make this more difficult?
I don't know.
The multiverse is being exposed.
Oh god. Not the multiverse.
Well, no,
yeah.
what they do is they realize it is a trope to have him die at the end of the movie. He should die sooner.
You're right. We should move it up. Middle of the third act. Nobody will see that coming. Brilliant. And as I say this and sort of pass the script off to one of the producers, Shooty Bean.
I smack
gonna
him
hit
on the
this poor
back of the
writer.
head with the smoothie that I'm holding.
Okay. That sounds like punching to me.
Okay. That's a 6.
Okay, you do a good punch. You you clock this rider in the back of the head with a smoothie, and he goes down like a
Catch him.
Zach
like-
Bricks. You catch him.
Yeah, Hitman style.
Okay, and
Drag him off to a closet.
okay, you try to do this without anyone on a film set seeing you, please.
If I'm not talking, then I'm
No,
being quiet.
D6. Roll a D6.
Can I assist?
Sure. What would you like to do?
I would like to throw an actor fit, please.
Oh, a diva. Okay.
What more script changes? Day of! How am I supposed to work under these conditions? First, my leg gets caught, and then the whole Yeti debacle.
Okay.
I want
Don't
stand for
time out.
this.
Your impression's so much better than mine.
It's really good, actually.
Thank you.
It's very good.
I listened to one interview 5 seconds ago.
Sylvie did her homework, is the thing.
Sylvie
No, I
understood the
did my
assignment.
homework in class. Right before
Like
turning
all
it in.
good students.
Still the only one that did it. Okay, so I'm gonna have you roll. This is actor stuff, so for sure a D8.
Okay.
I'm not sure how this would lead you to your death, but I'll find a way.
Do you want me to roll the d6 as well?
No,
Okay.
I want you guys to start failing right now.
Okay. That's an 8. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you throw the biggest fit as a great distraction. Shooty
You
Bean.
get to roll again if you do maximum. Oh, that only matters if we're doing the. Never mind. We're not doing the difficulty thing. There's a rule that says you roll the dice maximum. value.
Yeah, you get exploding dice, but I'm not doing the difficulty points because it takes too long, and I don't like to keep track of them. So,
That's fair.
Shooty Bean can roll a D8 instead.
Okay. That's a 4.
Okay, it's been complicated. So, as Sean Bean throws a hissy fit about the script changes, Shooty Bean, you look like you want to say something.
No, I just had an idea for what might complicate it, but we can.
Oh, go ahead.
If you would. Yelling about script changes, obviously they're going to be looking for the writer.
That would make this much more complicated.
Yeah. So I think Shooty Bean takes the writer and hears this as they go into the closet. Closet door shuts. Comes back out dressed like the writer.
Okay, Hitman. You can come back out dressed like the writer, looking remarkably like Sean Bean.
I imagine the writer had like some glasses and maybe a hat or something, and
Sure.
is wearing those too.
And the other Sean Beans, you see New Bean come out of the closet. Good for him. Dressed like the writer that you just
Brand
took
new
out.
to the set, taking initiative. You'll love to see it.
And I guess John Carpenter, who's directing this film, walks up to you, who has one of the producers dealing with Sean Bean, which we'll get to in a second. The director sort of walking up to Shooty Bean. You sure about this? Because my guy's throwing a hissy fit. Eloquent. How much am I paying you? Yeah. Fair. All right. Is there a way we can sort of take the old lines and just finagle them a little bit to make them fit the new story? My man really does not want to learn any new lines.
If I may. What I think we could do to incorporate this new idea, but still not change things too much, is We do a fake out. We make it look like he sacrificed himself for the kid. But then he comes back in the end, and we can keep all of that dialogue the same.
Okay, I'm gonna have you roll.
Would this count as subterfuge?
I guess.
Okay.
I mean, it's all subterfuge.
It's all kind of subterfuge at this point.
Yeah, kind of. That's 5.
Okay. Yeah, so he thinks about it for a second. All right. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Sean, we got a solution.
What?
All right. We're going to keep 95% of the lines the same. We're going to add in the death. Here we go. It's going to be a fake out. And he'll come back. The rest of the lines will stay the same.
So I'm not dying.
Not technically.
Looks to Sid Sean Bean. Nods. Right. These smoothies are trash!
Where is the new craft services guy? Okay. You're all you're still alive. Sean Bean might live through this film. I think that's a good time to take a break. I don't know what's happening anymore, but I like it. It's good. And I'm gonna keep this movie forever in my heart and wish it was real. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break so everybody can refresh, take a bio break, that kind of thing, stretch. We will be back in just a few short minutes, so stick around. We'll see you soon. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us during our break. We are refreshed and ready to go and weren't gone for 20 minutes. Congratulations, everyone. We've done
Progress.
it. Professionals. I've started making everyone set a timer while we're gone for break. You guys want a little look behind the curtain because we get distracted really easily. So I feel like we got to write Act 4 of this film.
Okay.
Now, we've got a writer still.
Yes.
We've got Sean Bean, who has become the protagonist of the film. We've got Shooty Bean, who was in craft services and is now posing as a writer. So, I feel like you now have a lot more sway over what happens in the next act of the film.
I feel like Shooty Bean's like arc could be
wait.
its own movie.
I've got some notes from the producers.
All right.
They want more dogs.
Hey! Everyone can get on board with that.
Dogs.
Well, it depends. The dogs I've been dealing with for the last week in Elden Ring are not the kind of dogs I want in this movie.
Not Miyazaki dogs. No. Absolutely not.
I don't think Miyazaki knows what a real
Sean,
dog. I think Miyazaki's terrified of dogs.
Sean, I've got an idea for the fourth act of this movie. Dog suffrage.
Like
Dog
voting.
Dog suffrage. Sorry, I'm doing a dumb Monster
Dog
Factory joke.
rufferage.
Oh.
Rufferage.
Rufferage.
I was thinking a dumb Monster Factory joke. And so was the chat.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Hey.
it's on the same page.
Okay.
Well
we all
done.
know where we live.
Mhm.
And it's in the brain of one of the three McElroy brothers at any given time. Dogs.
All right. I mean, obviously, the expedition has to go further to apprehend these horrible poachers. So they've got to get the sled dogs out, man. This is a sled dog movie now.
Balto.
No, better. Togo finally gets a film. Do you guys know the real story of Balto?
No.
I have a feeling you're going to tell us either way.
I don't have time to tell you. Let it be known that Balto only ran like the very last leg of that, and basically all of the rest of the run to get the life-saving medication to where it should have been, like 80% of it was actually a dog named Togo. But Balto
I
got
hate
the
to
movie.
break this to you, but Togo already has their own movie.
I
It
know
came out in
Togo has a movie.
2019. Okay.
I know.
Cool.
Just wasn't
Cool.
very successful.
Just making sure.
I'm trying to make a good one.
Okay. That's a noble
Good
pursuit.
one
I
like
think.
Balto. Anyway, we don't have to do that.
Air
but
Bud.
I
This
just
is
like
the
Togo
new
a
Air
lot.
Bud movie. Air Bud is now doing sled racing.
Okay. Do you think we can get Air Bud? Air Bud is also played by Sean Bean. Introducing a fourth bean.
kill
and
one
it's
of
dog
us so we
bean.
can play.
Yeah, quick!
Like Shaggy Dog style. Tim
No, I'm
Allen
about
playing
to.
dog.
I am about to kill one of the Sean Beans because some of you have existed for far too long. Next time we play this, because we are gonna play this again because this game rules
This
as we're
pretty
playing it. I'm gonna set a timer, and every so often, if a Sean Bean hasn't died, I'm gonna kill you. That's how it's gonna happen next time.
We're gonna have to roll a bigger pool of Sean's then.
Yeah, we'll just keep rolling Sean Beans. Can't believe nobody got Shakespearean Bean. Okay, that would have been fun.
I am glad that we just got like the dude Sean Bean, like that.
Yeah.
That one, I
Yeah.
enjoyed that
It's
a
an
lot
option.
too.
Okay, what happened in Act 4 of this film? Sled dog time.
Okay.
Air Bud? Question mark.
The expedition tries. Derek is able to bring the expedition on board that the Yeti is actually good and is on their side, trying to protect the Arctic foxes.
Oh, but at this point, everybody does think Sean Bean is dead.
how did
Oh yes, because he sacrificed himself, but he's gonna come back the turn at the end, and he
Okay.
wasn't actually dead.
Or does he
This is what-
sacrifice himself in Act 4 to come back in Act 5?
No. I think this works though, because so then there's a big showdown between the expedition and the Yeti, trying to like get the Yeti is going and attacking the poachers, and the expedition's trying to help and trying to figure things out, and one of the poachers tries to shoot the Yeti, and Sean Bean jumps in front to take the bullet, and we assume Sean Bean has gone down.
Even better,
Okay.
the Yeti's about to be shot. Derek jumps in front of the Yeti to save it. But then Sean
Sean Bean jumps in front of
Derek. And
Okay.
inevitably takes the bullet.
the old bait and switch. Okay, got it.
So we have the Yeti.
is how it goes in
Derek
every film.
jumping on from screen left to try to take the bullet, but oh no, Sean jumping to the foreground
But
in
what
front
happens
of Derek to take
is-
the bullet.
Okay.
After that happens, they're all focused on like, oh no, he's dead. What are we gonna do? But the Yeti gets captured anyway, and the poachers are taking the Yeti back to their ship to get him out. So then they have to use the
Car
sled
chase.
dogs.
But
yeah,
it's a sled dog car chase.
yeah.
Sled dogs. Led by Derek, obviously. In a
Obviously.
righteous rage because the man he never knew was his father figure until now is dead. Led by Derek. And, hold on.
Can we
don't,
do a
don't talk
Jack-
and wait until I remember how to spell righteous. Continue.
Can we do a Jack Frost?
I don't
And
want to
Sean
do a
Bean.
Jack Frost. Wait, which one? Which Jack Frost?
The one where he dies and comes back as a snowman.
Okay. Not the
But
horror
we can't
film.
actually have him die, right?
Wait, that happens in
Does
the
it-
horror film too. Clarification.
Does it
Yeah.
count as dying if he comes back to life? Or are we just saying he never died?
He can't. He has to survive to the end of the film.
Okay. So
he can't die.
Well, so I'm trying to decide how they would think he's dead with the gunshot. What if instead they both try to jump? Derek jumps in front. Sean jumps in front. The bullet, the trank dart goes between both of them, still hits the Yeti. That's how the Yeti get captured. Sean jumped too far and jumped down a ravine. And that's when they assume that he died. So they couldn't
Like
confirm his
Aragorn
death.
in the Two Towers. He floats down a river, and his horse saves him. I mean, the dog. No, the Arctic fox saves him.
The Arctic Fox saves him.
him! 5 of them, a whole pack of Arctic foxes pull him
They
out
huddle
of
on
the
his
frigid
body
waters.
to warm him up.
On his body to warm him up.
I've got
And he comes back being a sled pulled by Arctic foxes
Yes!
as he has trained them.
They are now friends.
I love this.
I wrote dogs.
Ah.
Showdown between the expedition and the Yeti and the poachers. Derek tries to save the Yeti. Sean Bean tries to save Derek and ultimately falls to his death. He's saved by Arctic foxes, but we don't know that yet. Yeti gets captured anyway. Sled dogs led by Derek in a righteous rage to go get him. Is that what's happening in the 4th act of this film?
Yes.
It's
Okay.
a long
Fifth act
4th
is-
act, but
What
yeah.
was it that the producers wanted? Oh, dogs. Okay, yeah, we got
Dogs,
dogs.
yeah, we
Fucking
got
dogs.
it was
So many
dogs.
dogs.
That's how we got to this point. Okay.
Okay.
There's so many dogs. Foxes are basically little dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
Much.
Foxes are canines, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, maybe. Sure. They are in this one. Are we getting Airbud?
Airbud is
this.
the leader of the snow dogs. It's like
It
6
can't be snow dogs, you
Siberian
can't afford-
Huskies. It's Cuba Gooding Jr.
I almost said
Uh,
Terrence Howard.
Different person.
It is a different person.
No,
Foxes are
yeah.
canines. I checked.
Okay. So
They're
yeah,
subfamily.
it's a bunch of it's like 6 huskies and then 1 golden retriever leading the
Yeah.
huskies.
Who, in fact,
Airbud is-
manages to stop the fleeing poachers by somehow pulling a basketball out of fucking nowhere and knocking it at the back of the head of the other sled's driver.
So this is a backdoor Airbud.
Airbud was in
Prequel?
the North Pole training
Prequel, yes.
for their next sporting endeavor, and that's how they got
Okay.
roped in all of this. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Training with Cuba Gooding Jr. in Snow Dogs 2.
Who does not appear in this film?
Snow Dogs 2 Air Dogs.
Does Cuba Gooding Jr. appear in this film?
He has a cameo right at the
Yeah.
end. He's like the pilot.
was all
of the
they could
flight that
afford,
brings them
is-
back. Yeah.
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 They just
That's
the
good.
one spot at the end.
That's
You
good.
don't, he
But
wasn't even actually in the movie. You don't see his face. He just does the voiceover for the pilot that you see the back of his
at
head.
the end.
Yeah.
That's in Act 5, though. We're not there yet.
He
Okay.
couldn't
Yeah.
make it to set, but we got him for the voiceover.
Got just get a little voiceover in there.
Y'all, we're too good at this.
We really should write some
Incredible.
terrible movies. I'm just saying.
At this point,
You
this is
know
turning
that
into a
if we-
miniseries.
This
If
really
we lived
is.
closer together, we would, and we would film them.
Just film this. Okay, Airbud is there. Protag Sean Bean. What scene would you like to film?
Oh boy.
One of us die? Or are we dying in this one?
You're definitely someone is about to die.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Well, then, we're doing the. Well, no.
We're getting very close to me throwing dice rolls out the window.
Yeah. We're
It's about to
filming the scene where Sean Bean is. He has his sled of foxes because there's rope involved in that.
Okay.
And I
So
need to
we're
die by
filming
hanging.
like the last
Yeah.
scene of Act 4 in
Yeah.
which Sean Bean shows back up.
Oh no, did the snow foxes accidentally pull like a Hector and it just like goes around your neck and they just drag you off?
God.
Yeah, this is the setup for when they turn the tables because the bad guys, the poachers, have gotten one up on the exposition that showed up with Derek, and they have them all cornered, and they're about to win. And this is when Sean Bean, like the Riders of Rohan, comes like cresting over the hill with his army of foxes, coming down to save the day.
Except
So
it
this is
goes
the last scene
horribly wrong.
of Act 4 that we're trying to get, like the
Yes,
the
because
scene
then Act
before
5
we get
will
into
be
Act
the
5,
denouement.
saving the day and denouement. Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, chat is saying the reason there is Airbud has a basketball is because Derek wanted to be the first person to play basketball at the North Pole, and I just want to address that.
Okay.
So the basketball just fell out of
'Cause
Derek's
that's got to
sled.
go into the film.
Derek's
Yeah.
had the basketball the entire time. We just forgot to mention it.
And in fact,
Chekhov's
people were making fun of him for it. Yeah, Chekhov's
Yeah.
basketball. But it was in his bag, and they're like, "Why are you carrying around that silly thing?" Blah,
He wanted
blah.
to
and then,
dunk higher than anyone's dunked before at the top of the world. That was his goal for the expedition.
He had lost his basketball scholarship, and that's why he had to intern with Sean Bean here. It was the only way he was going to go to college.
Since it is inevitable and you've been alive for entirely too long, Sean Bean, tell me how you die.
Okay. So they've it's kind of like right before the shot or right after the shot is done. They've unhooked all of the live foxes that they were using in the scene. And Sean Bean goes down to tie his shoe and sees something on the ground sort of in the ropes, and it looks like something that is important, and as a caring and kind person, he goes to grab it, but in doing so, he spooks the last fox that is still attached to these ropes, and the fox then takes off, entangling Sean Bean in the ropes around his neck, and the fox, being agile, jumps up on some scaffolding, pulling Sean Bean by the throat up, dangling him.
Yeah, that's actually really good, because I was about to say, I don't think an Arctic fox would be able to pull a full-grown man, Sean Bean, but accidentally creating like a pulley system.
That's just science.
Mhm.
And Sean
That's just
Bean
science.
is inevitably hung from the neck until dead. I want to say goodbye to Sean Bean. As
Bye,
his
Sean
body
Bean.
disappears. What did I say last time? In a flash of red light
A red light into the amulet, yeah.
into the into the amulet. Another Sean Bean is taken.
That's where their souls
Should I
are
play my
collected.
next one?
And yeah, so someone must now, I think it's Sid's turn
I guess
to
it's
wear
my
the
turn.
amulet of the chosen
Sure.
one. So Scary Bean takes the amulet of the chosen one and becomes, once again, as if nothing has happened, the protagonist of this film for its final act. And LB, roll a d6.
Should I use the one I rolled before? Because we rolled two Sean Beans at the beginning, right?
I think we're
Yeah, no, I'm
randomly
I'm gonna
determining.
randomly determine which one you are.
Oh, okay. So I'm rolling a d6.
Yeah.
That's a 1.
Okay, you are Sharp Bean. Who is good at, where is it? Combat, toughness, and provoking others. It's about to get very violent
Okay.
in the
Yeah, I
last
got
act,
two
'cause-
very violent beans.
because we've got
And one Scary
Shooty Bean, Scary Bean, and Sharp Bean. Sharp Bean, thematically appropriately, will inevitably die by a massive head or neck injury.
Okay. I love it.
Inevitably, I am going to kill you all at the end of this, probably.
As long as
No,
one of us
has to
makes it
make
to
it.
the end of filming, and then we just all die.
Only one of you has to make it to the end of the film. Okay, so Craft Service is now posing as a writer. Is Shooty Bean. Scary Bean is now the protagonist of the film. Sharp Bean enters under what pretense?
Is the animal handler.
That's where my head went to. I like it.
Okay. So, under the pretense of wrangling this fox back down, Sharpbean makes eye contact with the other two beans. And filming continues. I feel like we should do something else out of Act 4 before we move on.
Oh, we
So
need to film
just
another scene in there.
unceremoniously murdered Sean Bean. But we've got the end confrontation. What else? Out of Act 4. There's a lot of stuff happening in Act 4.
So we filmed the chase with Derek, like, and the basketball and the Airbud, and we
Yes.
filmed the inevitable, like, the fall
Sean
down
Bean
the
and the
ravine.
Arctic Foxes. Oh, we haven't. I don't think we've filmed the fall down the ravine.
Oh, we could do that. I mean, again,
could
we're
do
filming out of order here, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's a Yeti, who we decided is played by Gary Sinise.
Yes.
Yep.
In full costume, or is he green screen like?
I think
in a
he's
green
mocap.
screen
I
suit?
think he's
I
doing
think
a
he's
mocap.
gotta be mocap, and then he's just got like a big, stick with like the tennis ball on top for
Yeah.
eye
That's
lines. Yeah.
exactly how I want to picture Gary Sinise.
Oh, it's Gary Sinise. And he would do it. He's a good sport.
100%. Oh, he's a classically trained actor. Of course he would.
Love you, Gary. I think
you, Gary
hopefully you
Sinise.
haven't done anything terrible. If so, I take it back.
I think he's good actually.
But I think we've only put decent people in this film. Somebody Google Gary Sinise.
I don't know. We'd have to talk to Sean Bean's 5 ex-wives. So
I know. I was gonna say, he seems like a just a dude being a guy.
That's fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay. So, the newest Sean Bean steps up to film the scene in which Derek, played by Finn Wolfhard, tries to jump in front of a trank dart to save a Yeti, which the more I think about it, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
He didn't know it was a trank dart. He thought it was
I
just.
just thought it was just a gun.
He thought it was a bullet. Yeah.
Okay,
and that's why he
thought it was a bullet.
mistimed it because they don't have the same velocity. So he
Okay.
he jumped too
Okay.
early.
So, and obviously Sean Bean is doing all of his own stunts
Naturally.
Yes.
for this particular
That's actually
film.
what broke him and his third wife up. Yeah. They got in a disagreement about
Doing
all
all
this
his own
stuff.
stunts is too dangerous.
Yeah.
You're getting too old
Yeah.
for this, Sean. Okay, so they set up for the scene. John Carpenter, who is directing the film, I do want to remind everyone.
If you've forgotten, it is John Carpenter.
John Carpenter is directing this film. Checks in with the animal handlers to make sure all of the foxes and dogs are wrangled and they're not jumping up all in the scaffolding.
Fine, they're fine.
Right. Are you new?
Nope,
You look familiar.
nope. Been here the whole time. Probably just saw me in the background a lot.
Okay. All right.
Sit. Sorry, not you.
Okay. Writing team. We all on the same page. Everyone knows what we're supposed to be doing here.
Yeah.
You inspire so much confidence. All right, Sean, you ready?
Yes, sir. I believe so.
Got your wires hooked up. Good. Harness on. Excellent. Here we go. Rolling. Speed. Action. And you perform lay stunts. Go and have your roll for the stunt.
Okay.
Even though I am about to kill you.
Oh no, totally. I don't know if this is subterfuge, intimidation, or callousness, so I think I just roll a d6, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 1.
You'd super die. You super die. How do you die?
Didn't even get to film through one scene. I just fucking die.
How do you die?
I also am hung by my neck until death.
Oh, perfect. You're doing a wire stunt.
Oh, perfect.
You leap out. Describe your terrible stunt death.
Just, trying to be aware that they are going to do like the slow motion for this of like Derek jumping, no, and then Sean jumping, no. Just really trying to bring out the no as much as possible, just with that in mind. But trying to be aware of that does not realize that they are not doing what they're supposed to in the wire act, and they bring a hand between the wire and themselves.
No.
And with the inevitable pullback, just grab that wire, it snaps, the whole thing goes around the neck, and yeah.
Scary Bean is no more.
It's no more.
And as Scary Bean disappears.
And that's why you always listen to your stunt coordinators about your stunts.
Or you'll die and your soul will get sucked into the Sean Bean amulet.
Exactly. Wait, what? No.
The amulet clatters to the ground. Scary Bean is no more.
All right. There's only one additional bean left, right? Do I need to roll? I just end this last one, right?
There's one more bean.
Okay.
You're now Spy Bean. Whose proficiencies are ruthlessness, ingenuity, and stealth. And you will also inevitably be impaled.
Okay, yeah.
By something sharp.
That makes sense.
Who will wear the amulet of the chosen?
Yeah, go back to the beginning, right? It's gotta be
Shooty Bean?
Shooty Bean.
Is it Shooty Bean?
It's Shooty Bean's turn, I think. We've gone through everyone, yeah.
It's gonna make this movie very interesting.
Okay. If we need more Sean's Bean, we can roll for them, but I don't think we will. I think we only have one act left in this film. Shooty Bean, who started out as craft services and began posing as a writer, picks up the amulet.
Again,
of the chosen.
Shooty Bean's arc could be its own film. Like, work their way from craft services to the star of this film. It's incredible.
We have the protagonist of the film. Sharp Bean has many dangerous animals at their disposal. And Spy Bean enters under what pretense?
I mean, it's gotta be as the stunt coordinator, right? As the stunt just went horrifically
Because we've
wrong.
had so many stunt deaths now. We need to...
Easiest way to kill people on a film set.
Yeah, it's the stunt coordinator.
What do you do with the old stunt coordinator? The three of you?
I mean, obviously.
Knock him out. Put him in the
You obviously kill him because the three
Yes.
of you are the killing beans.
And I mean, I am ruthless. My ruthlessness abounding. Just as soon as Scary Bean evaporates into the amulet, the stunt coordinator, who was, a couple of, people behind, where the director is watching everything, just is garroted by Spy Bean. Doesn't make a sound and is just dragged off. And
Please
Spy
roll to
Bean
kill the
takes their
stunt
place.
coordinator.
Awesome. I am using my ruthlessness. May
Yes.
I roll with a D8?
That would be a D8.
Okay. That's an 8. Holy shit, I murdered the
Silently.
shit out of this poor man.
And ruthlessly murder the old stunt coordinator, who, in your defense, was probably going to be
Was
fired.
terrible at their job. Oh my god. So much blood on this person's hands.
He is garroted in one fell swoop and taken, I guess, into the closet with the writer.
Yeah. Who actually was waking up because they were just knocked out, but then with just the added weight of the now dead stunt coordinator, gets their head like knocked back onto the floor and they go unconscious again.
Okay.
We have to have a little levity in this before it gets too serious. I'm just saying.
So that happened.
Because this has been so serious. Up until
Very
now.
serious.
I'm taking this
Val.
extremely
Exactly.
seriously. Okay. Final day. Dawn of the final day.
Did we film in 5 days? We filmed this whole movie in 5 days?
An act a day.
Damn,
That
that's
seems
a tight shooting schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as long as they could get Gary Sinise again.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Act 5. We've got some notes from the producers.
yes.
They want more. Historical accuracy.
Okay.
Okay.
When is this set?
What an excellent
Present-
question.
Think.
Pretty sure it said present day. But I don't know.
we need more historical accuracy for the now. Oh God, COVID restrictions.
No, God, no. Too real. Too real. No.
COVID doesn't exist in
No. Not in this universe.
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Okay. I need North Pole history.
Who was the first exhibition to
Is it? Wait. We're getting away from the whole Christmas thing. Santa
Yeah.
needs to be there.
Oh, this is a Christmas movie.
We need Christmas history. Christmas
It's
history.
an old man who
Christery.
lives there. Yeah, it's Saint Nick. He's there, or his family, who's been living there for generations.
He's a grizzled Santa
Okay.
who the locals
Okay,
call Saint
so
Nick.
apparently the original
played-
Saint Nick was actually a Greek man born in the late 3rd century, but grew up in what is now modern day Turkey.
Played by John Stamos.
Excellent.
Okay, but what if? So we got tied in with the plot. We got to like resolve everything that's going. So Sean Bean has just swooped in with an army of foxes, turned the tides to save the Yeti.
Mm-hmm. And his daughter's
But
boyfriend.
they're still
And
stuck
Derek.
out there. Yeah.
But so maybe the poacher, whoever the lead, we haven't really created like a lead poacher.
Oh, we need like
We need a villain, yeah.
Villain.
which would usually be Sean Bean. Damn it.
He's a good.
It
who's like
turns
the
out
poor
Sean
man's
Bean was
Sean
the villain
Bean?
the entire. No.
He's a good. Could I get us a good like
Poor man's Sean
Jason
Bean.
Isaacs? No, he's a little fancy for a poacher. I feel like.
Nicolas Cage.
Oh,
I feel like
God.
he's gonna steal the show a little bit though.
Yeah.
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 Who's
Ray
a good like
Fiennes.
a good like grimy? No, Ray Fiennes is also kind of a fancy man. Good like grimy
Oh,
I played
Grimy.
Schmeagol.
Grimy.
villain.
Oh, what? No, he'd also be fancy. Damn it. I know a lot of fancy villains. I don't know a lot of grimy villains.
Helena Bonham Carter.
Okay.
Ooh.
Done.
She could play a grimy poacher.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, so there's only one helicopter left on the island at the base.
Okay,
The North Pole's basically just an island, right? Made out of ice.
it is now. Thanks, global warming. We lost.
I like that they killed suits.
It kind of came out of nowhere. It got
Okay.
me. Okay.
John Stamos is Santa. The head poacher is Helena Bonham Carter.
Okay.
Perfect.
There's an old oil rigger, or like one of those old like whaling ships that's in here, because those we're passing through, and we have like one that's like historic. Like we specifically add that to the set, that this little place was like based around that. So this old ship is there. It's like some sort of historical monument. It's like stuck in the ice, but it's still got all the old oil in it for some reason, because nobody fixed it out. So cleaned it out. She sets a bomb there, takes the one remaining helicopter, and tries to fly away, leaving us all to figure out what to do. And then Santa Claus comes in, airstrikes the helicopter, and takes us all back to wherever.
Why
this
does
movie's
Santa
set.
have a helicopter?
No, he has his sleigh.
With apparently like land to
With air-to-air
Yes,
missiles.
defenses
Yeah.
on there, right?
He would need those.
I feel like
This is
we've
a historically
shark a little
accurate Santa. You know the shit he's been through?
I want to track how many different genres we have jumped in this film.
Santa airstrike. Heroes escape. Home for Christmas.
Yes. Capping it all off with a heartwarming scene of Sean Bean returning home to Millie Bobby Brown.
Capping it
Derek.
off with a heartwarming scene on Christmas Day of Sean Bean and Derek and his daughter, and Sean Bean's daughter Shauna, playing basketball in the driveway.
Oh, yes. Perfect.
We have to film something so I can murder another Sean Bean.
Right.
Because the writers have had another idea for a plot twist, and they think it would be pretty wild if Sean Bean actually sacrificed himself in the final act of the film, because there's not enough room in the sleigh for everyone.
We really are pulling an Armageddon.
One has to stay behind to detonate the bombs.
Like, no, wait, no. Hold on.
To make sure that the iceberg doesn't, because we're
There's not
saving the
enough-
Titanic.
There's not enough room in
This
the
is
sleigh
time
for
travel.
everyone. And Sean Bean is going to stay behind and get blown up and or freeze to death, which is, I think, what happens in Titanic. They are adamant, absolutely adamant, that this one final twist happens. What are the three beans going to do about it? What are the murder beans going to do about it?
Through a series of elaborate grunts and head motions, Shooty Bean, I forgot which one I almost said Spooky Bean. Is Spooky Bean one of them? I feel like Spooky
should
Bean
be.
should be one of them.
Don't think. No, there's Shakespearean bean, sharp bean, stark bean, spy bean, shooty bean, scary bean, sexy bean, and Sean Bean.
There should have been a Spooky Bean. Anyway,
Which
he's
bean
been in
would that
horror
have
movies
been?
before.
He has been in a horror movie or two, I believe.
Wasn't he in The Grudge?
At the very beginning, maybe?
Or The
Look
Ring?
at
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Who can? Sarah Michelle Gellar bean?
Oh, he was the Hitcher in The Hitcher.
Well, there you go. Oh, he was
He's
in
also
Silent
in Silent
Hill.
Hill. Yeah, but,
That's
but
right.
he
Oh,
didn't
that's right.
die.
You're talking about
That's
that
the
last
one that he survived 2 of the movies.
Fair. That silent bean would have been funny. Grant, we have some notes.
Flight Plan. I forgot about that movie.
Oh, with what's her face?
Jodie
Jodie
Foster.
Jodie Foster? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So one I always
Okay.
confused with the other one, Red Eye, which I also really liked. It had what's
Yes.
his face played Scarecrow in it. I can never remember his name. He's an extremely underrated actor.
Oh yeah. He's
Is that
fantastic.
Cillian Murphy?
That is.
Yeah. I haven't seen him in anything recently. What was the last thing?
He's
I
in Peaky
saw?
Blinders.
Right.
That's right.
He's very good at that. If you guys haven't watched Peaky Blinders, I watched the
Yeah.
first season
We
the other
should
day.
watch that. What were we doing?
Uh, the writers are trying to kill Sean Bean in the final act of this film.
Oh, right. Elaborate grunts. We should kill the producers.
Just like in The Producers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have 3 murder beans.
You
We
do
can't
have 3
end this
murder
without doing a
Yeah.
murder.
I want an elaborate murder plot that everyone is going to have to roll at least 1 dice for. Go.
Okay.
If you roll a 1 or a 2,
How many
you
pro-
will die.
How many
Okay.
producers are there? That's the need to know.
that are on set.
Yeah.
Like 2.
2.
2. Okay. Okay. First, we get them in a room together,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Good start.
we get them arguing. Okay.
Okay.
So they're not.
Oh yeah,
paying
you can do
attention
the
to what's
provoke
going on.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
your role. Okay.
And then someone else does something to.
I
And then we blow up the room. There we go.
Yeah.
That's LB saying, okay, I've contributed. Go ahead.
We blow up the room and make it look like a murder-suicide.
I have ruthlessness, I have ingenuity, and I have stealth. So y'all tell
Okay.
me what I'm doing.
You stealthily come
Mhm.
up, take one of them out, while sharp.
One's
which one
back's
are you,
turned.
Val? Yeah. Val, what is your character?
Shoot. I'm the shooty bean.
Shooty
Yeah,
bean.
you shoot the other one with the silenced weapon.
Okay. We shoot both of them, put a knife in each one of their hands, make it look like they killed each other.
Yeah, put the
With-
knife
Ooh.
where the bullet wound is, so that you can't tell.
Okay, would that count as ingenuity on
ice
my
bullet.
end then?
It's an ice bullet.
I'm sorry. We proved in Mythbusters that an ice bullet is not possible. I'm sorry, that was busted.
This act
Damn
is
it.
supposed to have historical accuracy.
Yes, back.
Okay.
This
No, we
is
have
a
to
Counterpoint.
harpoon them. We have to
Counterpoint.
harpoon them then.
We lure them onto the ship on set because we were saying like there's some technical issues, and then we set off the explosives early.
I'm down with that.
Okay.
Okay.
So, okay. I could use my stealth to get over there and rig things up to set it off early. So that's mine.
Okay.
Who's getting them on the ship?
I got it.
Talk
Got
to you.
that.
That's
And then
sharp bean.
and then you set it up, and then the only way we can detonate it is by a long range shot made by an expert marksman. And
That's
Shooty Bean
Shooty
has to shoot the explosives
Okay.
using one of the guns that we thought was a prop gun was actually a real gun. It was a big problem on set.
Oh no.
Oof. That's too real.
Maybe you just brought your own gun.
Okay, I brought my own gun.
Let's do that one instead.
Far less problematic, yes.
Alec Baldwin is not in this film.
No, he's not.
Okay. Who's going first?
Gotta get him on the boat.
What do you do?
Me. All right. I am going to, as the animal handler, I forgot that was my job. I'm going to get the producers and I'm going to go and tell them that they're not going to get their approved by PETA sticker at the end of the film with the conditions on this boat. And they need to come look at everything that I'm going to tell them that needs to change. Otherwise, the PETA's not going to approve and people are going to be pissed about the film.
Okay. Please do roll
Okay.
a d8.
I got a 4.
Okay. The producers will go along with you, but they start arguing amongst themselves because one of them doesn't want to go because they think, who gives a fuck what PETA thinks? And they start arguing and they stand there for a while, not following you right away, bickering about whether or not they should care about what PETA thinks. But ultimately, they will follow you onto the boat, where in the meantime, Spybean
Yes.
has been doing something.
Has been very carefully and quietly rigging up, I guess, like a short fuse for Shooty Bean to shoot at a long distance. Just hooking everything.
That is super how fuses work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please roll.
It's science. That's 5.
Okay, you do so. You quickly, quietly aboard the boat, rewire the explosives that are there, leaving a port open for Shooty Bean to be able to hit as a target, and set the explosives off. And then quickly make your way out of the ship. Sharp Bean, you get the producers onto the ship. How do you get them to stay so you can leave?
I will continue to provoke their argument and by siding with the one who is about PETA and referencing the films that have not gotten the approval. Therefore, people think that animals were abused on set, and what a shit show that was.
Okay. So you provoke their
And then I'm
argument
going to
further
slide away.
and try to make it off the ship. Please roll. For provoking.
Ah. Okay, it's an 8.
It's an 8. It's very successful.
Yeah.
You provoke the different sides of the argument and slip away. And Shooty Bean, from your spot, you see both Spybean and Sharp Bean make their way off of the ship on set. And give you the
Sets
signal.
Cigarette down on the edge of the the balcony. Lines up the shot.
Where are you in a balcony?
I mean, there's a condominium across the street. We're in Vancouver,
Oh.
right?
Oh, we are in Vancouver.
Are in
We're not actually at the
Vancouver.
North Pole. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Everyone got way too into the movie. You line up
Y'all
the
forgot
shot.
that we're making a movie, right? This isn't real.
Sean Bean is here, though.
He's right there.
He's right here.
He's
Takes the
overseeing the
shot.
whole production.
That's a 7.
You take the shot. The bullet lands exactly where you mean for it to. And the boat, the ship, goes up in flames with the production team inside. And you've now murdered 3 people and assaulted another.
Also, we can live.
I hope it was worth it. But it's some dang good footage for the film.
Oh yeah, we made sure the cameras were rolling when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's no way that I can justify filming continuing after that. So I think with the footage that we have, that's a wrap. And Sean Bean survives.
Yes.
And then the curse we smash cut. The curse passes to Timothy Chalamet.
Oh,
Who didn't even appear in this film.
not appearing in this film.
That's the game.
We've
That's-
done
It
it.
was
That's-
definitely a game.
That's sort of how you play this game. Oh my god. I want to play this again because
Yes.
I have some mechanical ideas. That was fun. I'm not sure we can write a better movie than that though.
Honestly, I would have just sat here for 3 hours, like pitching movie
And just
ideas.
wrote the movie. That
Yeah.
was really fun.
We could have like gotten into dialogue, everything. It would be great.
Yeah. Well, that's that. I don't really know how to end this.
We could miraculously, like at the premiere of the film, just kill off all the other Sean Beans because they
Right.
survived.
Yeah, well, we
Well,
realized
I think they
we
go
can't
back
all
to
live.
their own universe though.
Oh, okay.
There's a touching scene where all the beans give each other a sturdy handshake. The portals open. They all look back, smile, nod, and pass into
exit
their own
this realm.
dimensions. Yes.
Well, then they have to all get back together to hunt down the cosmic witch to save Timothy Chalamet.
That's his problem.
Okay, so next week we're gonna play another one. We're gonna play The Witch House, the prequel to The Witch is Dead, but instead of witch familiars, you're all gonna be Sean Bean trying to kill the witch.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well that was my version, our version of Sean's Bean star in A Very Northern Christmas. Probably the best film ever. Well done, everybody. Playing the Sean's Bean.
Wii U.
Had a great time. I hope you did too. We'll be back in this time slot next week doing probably something like this. So I got a bunch of these and they're fun and low impact on my brain. And I really enjoy them a lot. And I hope you guys do too. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Does anybody have anything they want to plug before we leave for the day?
Yeah, come watch our Masks game after this at 8:30 EST on the LB Hack 'em Up channel. The kids have a plan, kinda. Boy, is it a plan.
The beginnings of one.
Yeah. They need to do some research first.
Research. And then we'll go in chronological order from there. Then on Monday, you can come see on twitch.tv/InfiniteRP. You can watch some Flames of Freedom because we're finishing that up. I think we only have like 3 or 4 sessions left. We're getting to the end. And then on Wednesday, you can come see the next session of Queer Society on twitch.tv/Critical Misses. It's already there's so much scheming going on. It's pretty great. Yeah, our very, very nice Bean is the schemer. It's real great. So
I like it.
Yeah. It's Anna. Anna is scheming up a storm. Which, if anyone knows the lovely Girl Wonder, not in character of the actual person, believe me, but it's great.
A wonderful human.
Yes.
Wonderful humans, all in that cast. Yeah, and then we'll be here in the meantime. Tomorrow, me and Val and Morgan are gonna play some more Wildermyth. In which we're gonna try not to get any of our characters killed because we keep getting very close.
We'll see.
And one of us is gonna pretend to be Sid because Sid is one of our characters now. And then Tabletop Tuesdays on Tuesday, Elegant Creatures on Thursday, Neon Souls Friday, and then onwards and upwards from there. As far as Sundays go, we'll see you next week for what I imagine is going to be another thing that I don't prepare at all for because I'm tired. I don't wanna. I just want to do this. But we'll tweet out what we're going to be doing. So keep an eye on Twitter and our Discord for that. And as far as GGK goes, we'll see you tomorrow. But until next time, good game and good night, Internet.